Hey, good morning. Today's video is about the different parts of a neuron, but before I begin, let me tell you about the series that we're going to do. We're going to have the different parts of neuron, and then we're going to talk about the action potential, the mechanism that goes into it, and then we're going to go a little deeper what kind of ions are in there that help it propagate the signal to another cell. Anyway, let's get started. Right here we have one of the nerve cells. It's just one. Take this marker and I hit it on my hand. I can feel the touch, I can feel the pain. So what's happening? A nerve is reaching its action potential, it's firing, and it's going to my brain. It's telling me a marker is hitting my hand. Okay, so the first things first, this is just one of a nerve, just one nerve cell. That's it. It's not 100,000, just one nerve cells. So the first thing, if you look over here, you see a purple line and you see like hair-like figures. This is the dendrites. Right here. This is the dendrites. D-E-N-D-R-I-T-S. Dendrites. Then, like any other cell, you have a nucleus. So here's the nucleus that's located. So like any other cell, it has to be controlled. It has to have a brain to function. So that's where the nucleus is. And unlike different cells, nerve cells has what we call an axon helic. Axon helic. H-I-L-L-O-C-K. Like hill, and then you have the log. So what does it do? That's like the very last steps where all the action will propagate. Once it goes through that steps, once it thinks it reaches the action potential, it will send it down the axon. So this light blue color right here, cyan, this is the axon. And once it travels down, here the circular parts you see right here, these are what we call the terminal buttons. Those are the terminal buttons. So, to overview, we have the dendrites that's received the signal, and then the nucleus decides if it's going to go. It goes to the axon helic. It also decides if it's going to propagate it completely, if it has enough action potential, which we'll talk about in the next series. So, do go to part 2. From there, it goes to the axon. It releases all the things, all the potential energies, action potential goes through it and goes to the terminals. So what happens in the terminal? There will be another, let's erase that, there will be another nerve cell. Say that's another nerve cell, just like that, there's the nucleus, and we have the dendrites. Say one of the dendrites, it's right there. So when the terminal buttons, the action comes from there all the way to the terminal buttons, you have little vesicles, and those have neuroreceptors in them. Neuroreceptors will be here, they have neurotransmitters on here. So these will release the neurotransmitters, and these on the other nerve cell will have neuroreceptors, and they will receive the neurotransmitters. And that's how you propagate the message all the way from my hand to the brain.